Houston, and this is Tom Gukowski, and we're with Perlick. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of having the right beer system and why you want a beer system in your restaurant or bar.
One of the most important parts of a beer system is the actual tower. This is usually what the customer, it's their image, it's the way they perceive to the customer who they are and what they are. We all have a different variety of, if you want an industrial look, or you're looking for a steakhouse with something a little bit more fancy, those are all different options. One of the things that makes us different than everybody else is the way we build our heat exchangers. If you look at this, you can see there's one solid piece. A lot of the competition, what they'll do is take a piece of copper tubing and just touch each one of these, which isn't as efficient as having like a giant radiator. The copper tubing is what circulates the glycol, keeps the towers warm, keeps the faucets cold, because that's an important part of the system. If the faucets get warm, the beer comes in cold, it flashes off, causes foam, and as we all know, 25% of foam is liquid, which means profit down the drain.
Another thing that sets us apart is the sanitary design of our beer faucet. We have the most sanitary design on the market. The reason for that is Perlick actually cuts off the beer faucet at this point. And so everything behind this, where the liquid is, no air gets to that.
We stop the beer actually up in the front. So now all the components, all the mechanical parts of the faucet are still suspended in the liquid. And so air and oxygen doesn't get in it, so it creates that secondary fermentation process. This spout is on such an angle that it lets all the liquid drop off. In fact, we've run these faucets for over a year, never cleaned them, and swabbed the interiors and found no bacteria growth. What's really neat about this also, if you have an existing tower that doesn't have the newest, latest state-of-the-art faucet, you can take this and upgrade all your towers in your restaurant. In addition to the sanitary faucet, what we have is what we call our flow control faucet. Again, this is new technology. Very common in Europe where they restrict the towers out in the field. What this allows you to do, if you're filling samplers of microbrews, where the faucet will pour out at 128 ounces a minute or 2 ounces a second. If you go to a tour on a microbrewery, a lot of times they'll give you samplings, and they'll give you 2, maybe 3 ounces. Well, trying to pour out of a regular faucet at that rate, you come out all foam. With the flow control faucet, it actually lets you slow it down so you can give small little samplings of the beer to the customers for their tastings. Also, what it allows you to do is fill growlers. In today's market, growlers are really, really huge because of microbrews. The kegs themselves are very, very expensive, and what they're doing is they're allowing the customer to take home bottles of it so they can enjoy it at home. The Growler Filler actually attaches right to the faucet by simply inserting the tube into it. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill the bottle from the bottom up. The tube is sticking in the bottom of the container, and so when the liquid comes around it, it reduces the amount of turbulence, which means then again don't get as much foam. As it gets near the top, you turn the lever, you slow it down, so the foam will come over the top of the bottle, then you can clean it, put your cap on it, and you're ready to give it to your customer.
So at Perlick, we like to say that there's more profit poured at the bar than in the kitchen. Nobody's ordering a second round of steaks because they taste so good. If you have the right beer system and you're pouring the right temperature and fresh beer, you will get a lot more bar sales, and that increases your profit.